Hello students, here I am again with the next grammar topic, that is tense. Well, this gives jitters to many students as such. They get confused between different tense forms. A couple of things that I need to mention before I move on to the next slide. That is, to watch this video, you should have watched the verbs video because I did put some important clues there. Taking those clues, right, we are going to get into the verbs, the tense video here. At the same time, let me promise you, I'll present all tense forms to you in just two formulae if you understood the previous video and this video as well. So let's move on to the next one. Tense. What is this? This is an aspect of time. It expresses time as such. Okay. So in a sentence, if I have to look at what kind of time it is, whether it is present, past, or future, it is the verb that I look at to understand. Okay, so in the verbs part, we have seen that there are present tense forms, there are past tense forms. And to express future times, we have also seen, right, we use normally shall and will. And coming to these three things, present, past, and future, it's important to know here that in the present, what is happening while I'm making this video, for example. Is this the only thing happening in the present? Maybe I'm taking some guitar classes. But am I doing it right now? No. But is it happening in the present? Yes. So to differentiate such things in present, past, and future, if I just say these three things, it is insufficient. Hence, right, we have divided these into four categories: simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. This is the nomenclature. These are the names given to them. And these four exist in all three: present, past, and future. Many a time, students get confused with the sentence structure, especially the verb part, when they go with what is called as these tense and different forms. So let's move on to understand that how it is. Well, I'm presenting to you a simple table, a small simple table here. Okay, now here you can see that on the left side column, present, past, and future are there. On top, you can see simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Okay, so in every sentence, the verb is underlined. I want you to look at this verb specifically. Okay, in simple present, for example, you can see writes is the verb. In present continuous is writing, right? Present perfect, right, has written. In perfect continuous has been writing. Similarly, when you go to past, what exactly has happened here is, if you recall from the verbs video, right, writes is the present tense, its past tense is wrote. Okay, and is present tense, its past tense is was. Has is present tense, its past tense is had. Similarly, had here as well. What exactly is happening here? If there is only one verb, its respective past tense form is taken. But if it is one more verb, that is, or more than one verb exists in each of those, right, in continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous, right, it is the first verb, right, which takes the tense. Please keep this in mind, a very important point. In a verb group, if there is more than one verb, right, it is the first verb that carries the tense. The next verb or the next verb will not do this. It is only the first verb. Hence, you can see that, right, the first verb is changed to was, has changed to had, and here also has changed to had when you look at continuous perfect and perfect continuous tense forms. Okay. At the same time, as you move forward, to express the future time, we said we are going to use will and shall here, right? Since it's third person, normally we use will. So will write, will be writing, will have written, right? Will have been writing. That's the last part there. Will have been writing. Now, my promise comes here. I said I'm going to present these to you in just two formulae. Okay. Can you look at all continuous tense forms? All of them. Present, past, and future. What is common in the verb part or the underlined part? Well, the subject he, the object a poem can change. But look at the verb part there. What is common, right? I'm going to call it verb ing form or present participle. What else is common? Is, was, and be. What are these three? Be forms in other ways. So what are the present tense forms of be? Am, is, are will be used in present continuous. What are the respective past tense forms? Was, were will be used in past continuous. But verb ing form is common. And we're going to use be form here in future tense. So be forms added to verb ing form will form my formula for all the continuous tense forms. Similarly, if you look at all perfect tense forms, what is common? I would call this verb en form or third form that people would call, or ed2 form in some books. Verb en form for my convenience, so that why I took the verb right is all three forms are different. Had I taken the verb like connect, connect, connected, connected. Now, which ed is used can be a confusion. Hence, I took a verb which has all five forms very different. So, verb en form is common to all three of them in the perfect tense forms. What else is common? Has, had, have. What are these? Have forms. So, in simple terms, in present tense, I use has and have. In past, I use had, and to express future, again, I've used will. Same is the case, right? So if you look at all the perfect tense forms here, verb en form is common and have forms are common. So have forms added to verb en form is my formula for all perfect tense forms, present, past, or future. Is that clear? Now, you might question me, sir, you said two formulae, but you have covered only 6 of them there. What about the other 6? Well, look at it a little carefully. All simple tense forms do not have be forms and have forms. And all perfect continuous tense forms have both be forms and have forms. Both are there. As simple as that. Okay, so taking that into consideration, right, these two formulae will help you understand, remember all the tense forms. While the uses can be plenty for each of them, okay, which might not be possible to express in this video, let me tell you, this is the ease with which we can remember. So let me quickly sum up. And if you have understood the formulae, right, just one more formula and one chapter is done more or less. Let me see. Ways to remember? Well, all continuous tense forms. What did we say? Be forms plus verb ing form of the main verb. All perfect tense forms. What did we say? Have forms and verb en form. Well, if you understood these two, I have a question here. What is be form plus verb en form in such a case? Right? I'm taking what is called as these things. Right? This be form plus verb en form is what I'm taking here. What could this be? That's a question. Okay. I'm sure you must be thinking about it, but let me tell you, it is nothing but the passive voice verb form. A sentence in passive voice, the verb will have a be form and a verb en form. Then it is in passive voice. No second thoughts about it. Please keep this in mind. As we move to the next video, I'm going to talk about which or what or how many tense forms have passive voice. Hope you got the point. Thank you.